Now, we've been dealing with the issues with the Somalis, and then I seen the video pop right back up where now you have a Latina that's blaming us. And I don't know why, about what ICE is doing at the detention centers. I want you to hear it. Let's go ahead and check this out.
They are being starved. They are thirsty, only given 1 cup of water per day, are denied bathroom privileges, are denied medical attention. People in ICE concentration camps are losing their lives. And don't even think about saying FAFO to these people in ICE detention centers. It is a shame that members of the Black community started the trend, and so many other people followed. This is an updated voting poll.
Updated.
Brown people vote for Kamala Harris more, but you fall for the colonizers' divisive tactics, the inaccurate voting polls, the initial propaganda. It is immature and immoral to be centering that type of behavior in response to a community that is being mass deported, imprisoned in concentration camps, and tossed out of the country to who knows where without any rights or contact to any lawyer or family. When we should be focused on solidarity, and this has to stop immediately, especially those of you who claim to be activists perpetuating this FAFOB.
Okay. All right, ma'am. All right. Where to start with this? I mean, I thought that y'all was quiet with that notion. Okay, let me start here. Black Americans aren't putting anyone in the ICE detention center. Black Americans aren't dominating as ICE agents. Black Americans.
Am I the only one that didn't know that apparently Latinos were like begging black people for support and help now that Donald Trump is trying to deport? I did not know this. I just learned in the comment section, man, in one of my videos, man. They said, yo, they was just asking us for help. Now they're blaming us for having the young men in their community. Like, what's going on over here? I was asking for help, man. So y'all know how to go down that rabbit hole. And apparently there's a whole bunch of Latinos, man, talking about black people. We need to unite. We need to come together. Trump is trying to get us out of here. It's us. Who the fuck is us? We legal. We ain't going nowhere. The worst thing we're gonna hear is somebody say go back to Africa, and we haven't heard that since the 90s. Listen, I can make fun of the situation, right? Because I don't got papers, right? The broski's an undocumented immigrant, but I've been dodging ICE since 1998 when we used to call it La Migra. And I'm out here in New York City, so I'm protected. Like the other day, they were closing in on me, right? They was about to arrest me, man. And 5 batshit crazy liberals, man, stopped walking their dogs and drinking their Starbucks, man. And they jumped at the ICE agents and said, "The broski, run, broski, run!" And man, I took off running, bro. I've been running ever since, bro. They did not catch me, man. So I could talk confidently out here in New York City because I know these liberals ain't gonna allow these ICE agents to arrest me. They're like, that's our fucking immigrant. He ain't going nowhere. But he shot 2 cops. We don't give a fuck, man. Those were his cops to shoot.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Polito Realities. Lately, I've always been putting a lot of focus on what has been happening in the United States. And one thing that I have come to notice is that the communities that once felt so secure in the United States and always distanced themselves from the Black American struggles are now looking back toward the Black Americans for solidarity, protection, and also political voice. The United immigration politics are changing very fast. And once protection starts disappearing, people begin to move differently. Alliances keep changing and also the narratives. This raises a lot of uncomfortable but necessary questions. These questions are all about respect, about shared struggle, and about what happens when people only recognize unity when power is threatened. This is not about gossip. This is political life playing out in real time. If you are new here, take a minute to subscribe, to like, and to share today's video. Let's watch the reaction clip that I have with me and see exactly what has been happening in the United States and why people are now seeking asylum with the Black Americans.
Man, stop trying to convince these people that we need to stand together and all that. They ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. They've been betrayed so many times, bro. 1877, after federal troops pulled out of the South, bro. Betrayed. 40 acres and a mule, betrayed. You feel me? Jim Crow, betrayed. Redlining, betrayed. Every promise that this country has made to them has been a false promise. And now we need y'all to stand with us while we march. Leave them people alone. They ain't trying to hear that shit. They ain't trying to hear that shit because they know how prevalent racism is in our community. And they know how y'all talk about them when they ain't in the room. And they know that now y'all got y'all N-word wake up. Didn't y'all? Y'all got that Paul Mooney N-word wake up call. And now y'all want to scream unity and solidarity. Nah, bro. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. The people that have been working together will continue to work together. The people that have empathy for your plight and your situation will continue to have empathy for your plight and situation. But don't try to convince people to come join your side. Like, it's always been. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They're trying to survive their damn self. They're trying to figure out how this man is about to get rid of the 13th and 14th Amendment and strip them of citizenship. What, you don't think they know what time it is? They got to deal with their own shit. I'm just saying, I see a lot of videos where people are like trying to convince, Black Americans that they need to stand side by side with Black and brown unity, but when it's something that doesn't benefit us, we ain't screaming that shit. Yeah, get mad. Go ahead. You know I'm fucking right.
Trying to guilt Black people into free labor is precisely what white supremacy is. I don't know why there's so much gaslighting, but trying to require Black people to go and take a burden of something that may haphazardly affect them, but is not a direct attack on them like it has been previously, and telling them that it's their problem and they must activate and they must go out and fight without addressing their own hardships. Because we need to understand that in as much as there are immigrants being detained, there are a lot more Black Americans in the criminal justice system being detained. If you want Black labor, you need to attend to Black issues. Where is the criminal justice bill? Why aren't you talking about your support for reparations? No, you should just go out there and fight because we said fight and this is somehow going to affect you. I'm proud of the Black people who are standing down. And to me, it's not just about rest. It's about understand my worth and understand my value. You see now that you can't get nothing done without me. So what are you going to give me? What are you going to do for me?
I keep seeing so many people talk about, birthright citizenship doesn't only affect Latinos, it affects Black Americans. Send me the fuck back. Send me back. I don't know where to, but send me the fuck back. Oh, I forgot. They can't. That does not even apply to us. We're not even in the category of deportation, honey. They need us. They capitalize off of Black excellence, Black talents, rap, R&B, acting. They need us, darling. Now, these new generation Blacks, I don't know. They might get sent. Let me tell you something. Y'all do know there is a document list with every person who is an immigrant or is birthed from immigration. We are not immigrants. We are slaves. Well, we were. Were. TikTok was literally the proof of that. They missed Americans, mainly Black Americans, so much they followed us to a whole nother app. That shows you the power of Black Americans. America as a whole, but Black Americans. They not sending us back. We make these motherfuckers way too much money to send us back. They want us to tap dance for massa. But like I said, the new generation Blacks, they probably will, but not us. If you're a descendant of the slave trade, a Black American, you probably won't be getting sent back. Shit, like I said, if they do it. We all would like to leave. We all would like to leave. The fuck? We don't like America. We make America, but we don't like it. And quite frankly, I don't even think any Black people are going to get sent back. Africans, Caribbean, I don't think so. But it wouldn't shock me due to the fact of in the Jim Crow era, they literally wanted to
keep the number of blacks down and whites up, meaning they don't want too many of us here. So I would not be surprised if that did happen, but I think it's not gonna happen. Nah, they need black people. More the merrier.
To the Latinos that voted for him, you will never, and I repeat, never be white. You will never be accepted as one of them, and you certainly are not exempt from the racism that is this racist ass regime. When that lady put in her post, alligators' lives matter, and she mentioned a number, that number being 65 million. Do you know how many Latinos are in the United States? Approximately 65 million, according to the US Census Bureau. Approximately 60 plus million people. So guess what? They weren't just talking about the illegal immigrants, because data actually says that there are 10 to about 12 illegal, undocumented folks in the United States. They're talking about you. They're talking about people like us, because we are not exempt from the racism that is rooted in what these people believe in, and frankly, the foundation of this country that was built on the stealing of land from indigenous people by immigrants that came here from Europe. So when you think that you are better than an immigrant because your family came here the right way, remember that this land was actually stolen from day one. So when you think that you are better because you're second generation or third generation because you've been an American for a longer amount of time, I hope that you never have to experience a time where you have to flee a country for your own safety or that of your family. So when you think that you are somehow not going to be affected by any of this, when you think that you don't have to care, what happens if you are next? What happens if it's someone that you personally know? And I know already, because we've seen it. We've seen the clips of people that supported him, diehard supporters that are now crying on the news because their family members are getting deported and they thought that they would never be impacted. You see, in this country, so many people lack empathy. They are unwilling or somehow unable to think beyond themselves, and then we run into these situations. Wake up! The proximity to whiteness isn't serving you, and it's not serving the community. You have to recognize what is happening, because ultimately, they're not just going after criminals. And all of this is connected to so many things that impact our community and frankly are holding us back, like anti-blackness and colorism and internalized racism. And if you think that these are woke words, look them up and you will realize what exists, what has existed in our community for a very long time. And I say all of this because there are so many people that have fallen to the false prophets of the world, and I need us as a community to come together and wake up. So if you're wanting more of this type of content, follow for more, because we need to have this conversation.
92% of the black community have decided to stand down and to let them do all the work. We have showed them the game plan. We have told them what to do. We tried to lead them to the glorious of fresh water, and they decided not to drink it. At this point, it is not our fault if you starve. It is not our fault if you are dehydrated. If you are thirsty, drink, because we showed you how to create a pond of water within your hands. Seeing the entire country quite literally and figuratively burn down to the ground, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of makes me a little anxious, because I am missing something. I am missing something incredibly important. You know what that is? I am missing a black woman who can drink hot green tea with me. That's what I'm missing. For those who don't know, I am absolutely obsessed with green and jasmine tea. It's one of my favorite drinks. No sugar, no GMOs, no added supplements, just the nature and the leaves itself. What's interesting is this. Every now and then, I will get tagged into videos from other people of color, and they will ask me and other black people, why don't you help us? Why won't you help us? Why are you abandoning us? It's the same answer of what I said 3 months ago after the presidential election. You betrayed us. We trusted you and you stabbed us in the back. Here is a phrase that I continuously say to my friends because it is critically important. Trust and love is very important. However, trust is 10 times more valuable than love ever will be. I can still love you. I can still care about you. But I do not trust you enough to where you won't stab me in the back. Trust is the complete opposite. I can despise you and you can be my enemy, but I am no fool. If I can trust you enough to where you won't stab me in the back, then that trust will be placed. It's the same way with this. To the Latinos, to the Asians, to other people of color, I do care about them. I love y'all even. But I am no fool. I know I can't trust you because that election told me everything I needed to know. That election told me that a lot of you is not on the black community side. Love itself, my love for you, is not enough for me to have faith in you. If your trust was unbound and you continuously shown to me and everyone else that you are worth to be trusted, then we wouldn't be having this conversation now, would we? But because you have shown time and time and time again that you cannot be trusted, why are you acting surprised when we take our trust back? People need to understand that black people are not hateful. We care about you guys. We do love you guys, but we can't trust you for shit. So if the entire country has to burn down for you to realize that you have placed your trust into the wrong people, then so be it. That's all I gotta say on the matter. It is Onyx, and I'm gone.
One thing that I have noticed about the US immigration politics is that they have a way of, exposing reality. When policies like the TPS protections are rolled back, the safety that so many communities assume that would always be there suddenly disappears. This is the time when, fear starts setting in, and people begin reassessing where they stand, who they align with, and who has historically carried political weight in moments of crisis. For many black communities, these moments feel so familiar to them. These people understand the patterns in the United States. Black communities have long existed without guaranteed protection, navigating systems that rarely center them. So when other communities now find themselves vulnerable, it raises questions about past behavior, past disrespect, and past distance taken when black voices were raising similar concerns. The tension is not about revenge or rejection. It's about the memory that the black people have been having of those communities who normally come disrespecting them, and when the crisis or any other thing hits them, they come back to them. So now the Nigerians, the Somalis, and also the Latinos, these are not enemies in this conversation today, but these people are pure examples of how political power and proximity to protection shape behavior and also shape relationships. What is unfolding now is a reckoning with the reality. Black America remains the center of political life in the United States, especially when protections disappear and narratives collapse. The question is not whether unity is possible. It is whether respect and recognition can exist before the crisis forces it. And that question sits at the heart of this political moment. You have been watching Polito Reality. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, be informed.